I believe that opening a city-run charter school creates more problems than it solves. I think that the North End has a lot of problems, and I'm glad we're focusing on that, but it seems to me as a city, rather than having a charter school, we could help the schools, we could dialogue with the schools, talk to teachers, figure out what we can do to help the schools themselves.
I don't think I could disagree more. And the thing is, this is not just an opinion. We have 40 years of science and data to show that the system that was designed back in the industrial age is not working in a 21st century America. It won't work. And all of the hoping and all of the effort to try to jump in and help those schools is not going to work. People have been doing that for decades.
I think that the local school board is so vast and ineffectual in some ways because of the size of their own each district. I think that it's incredibly important that we are making the statement as a local government, as are many families, that they're not going to sit around and have their children have a ho-hum education. They're going to control their education.
I think there are better uses of the land on Broadway than building a school that may possibly have to be closed.
When you look at the number of children and families living in the North End, they have continued to decline. And there is an absolute correlation between good schools, we can show you in the South End, good schools and a nice, strong neighborhood. When you don't have good schools, people with children, families that we also want to live and stabilize our city, and especially our North End, will not come, and in fact, they leave.
This charter school will be taking students from the schools in the area that are already underpopulated. And if we do that, we raise the risk of taking those schools and making them closed. So that's not a good thing that we want to do. Coral Springs Charter School was developed because they had overcrowding. I think that's a better model to use. We have underperforming schools. We have Northborough at 67, Northmore at 73, Pleasant City has 80, and Roosevelt has 55%. These are schools that need our support, not something to take away from them.
God bless the school district. God bless them. They all want to do something, but it's not working. So they show up every single day trying to find a way to fix it, but it's not getting fixed. Meanwhile, we have another generation of kids that have gone through and lived in our city and didn't get educated. And where do we think they're going to end up? How is their life going to end up? It's not going to be rosy. They are not going to be able to get jobs. The American dream for them will not happen. It absolutely will not happen. So the buildings don't matter. If those schools close down, it's because those schools aren't good. And in my opinion, they need to close.
Everybody in the country is trying to come up with a plan to make education better because we can no longer depend on those who we have elected to make education better.